Charlie, Charlie, time to wake up.
Oh, what'd you do? Wake me up from a good dream.
Oh, what were you dreaming about?
I was dreaming about angels and devils.
Oh, really? Well, Charlie, the reason I woke you up,
Get your hands off me.
I just wanted to discuss with you something very important that I've been thinking about lately. And
What is that?
matter. I'd like to discuss with you matter.
It doesn't matter to me, whatever you want to talk. I just want to go to sleep.
Okay, where were we? We were discussing matter before we were so rudely interrupted by my ego.
Oh, you have one of those? I don't have an ego. I just have an angel and a devil.
Anyway, Charlie.
Quit touching me.
Okay. I want to explain to you, Charlie, why matter doesn't really exist.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, matter is actually light. All there is space, time, and energy.
Oh, I suppose you said there was light too?
No. Light is energy. But we just call energy light because it's more glamorous, It's sort of spiritual, mystical, whatever.
I don't believe in that hogwash.
Well, by mystical I mean mysterious.
Oh, yes. Mysterious, I'll die mysterious. What were you saying about matter not existing? I thought I had a GameCube.
Well, yes, your GameCube does exist, but you see, it is made of light.
It emits light. Correct?
No. It is actually made of light, and it emits light.
You got me. Could you tell me why?
Well, Charlie, you see, if you look at... how do you think... let's look at matter, okay? How could matter be light? After all, Einstein could say that you could get light out of matter, and, from all the eons and eons of spiritual teachers have always said, that we are all made of shimmering bodies of light, maybe there's some truth to it. So I was walking up the street one day.
Get to the point.
And I really thought, how could matter be made of light?
Oh, get to the point. You're boring me. I want to go back to my GameCube.
And just bear with me for a minute, Charlie. And I thought, well, if I was a light wave, how could I get into a particle? Because that's what matter is. It's a bunch of particles, right? But I intuitively think that it's light. So I thought of myself as being a light wave flying through space, and some big collision, like maybe a whole bunch of collisions, knocking me around and forcing me into a tiny little circle. And, then my thoughts took me to calculating the diameter of that circle.
Oh, how exciting.
Okay, Charlie, well, you just sleep through this. But when you wake up, you're not going to fear death anymore because you're going to know you're made of light.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, Charlie, that is so. Light, when it collides with so many things that its mean free path approaches, and, the mean free path approaches the minimum distance.
Oh, there's a minimum distance.
Yes, there's actually a minimum distance that can exist in this world.
Oh, and who said?
I said.
Oh, yes, you're being humble again. Everything you say is true?
Yes. Well, I want you to know that energy is quantized.
Duh.
And also, space and time are quantized, too, and energy.
All those things? Since when?
Since I discovered it.
Oh, how did you discover such a thing?
In my thoughts.
Oh, this is in this conversation now, please.
Well, I will discuss that in another discussion.
And not with me, I hope.
No, not with you. Probably by myself. Because it's too boring to talk about with you. You have to have excitement every second, just like all the kids of America today. Well, anyway.
As you were saying, Carol.
Yes, as I was saying before we so rudely interrupted.
I had to go to the bathroom. I'm so sorry about that. I'm only human,
Okay, I forgive you. But as I was saying, it used to be called the Big Bang, but I call it...
Yes, my lord.
I call it the Big Beginning, because it was the beginning, and it was very big, even though it was tiny.
Oh, you're so contradictory today.
Yes, and, well, you see, everything was so small that the distance between collisions of light waves, because that was all that existed before the Big Bang, was light. So the light all exploded in one little infinitesimal point, and the distance between collisions of the light waves, and yes, light waves do collide.
I don't believe you.
Well, I just assume they did.
disgraceful. It is an insult to science.
The distance between collisions is smaller than the minimum distance.
And there is no minimum distance.
Yes, there is. There is a minimum energy, there's a minimum distance, there's a minimum time.
What? A minimum time? Oh, shucks. That means I can't make my conversations with you smaller than a certain minimum time. Oh, gosh.
Minimum. As I was saying, Charlie, so when the mean-free path is bigger than the minimum distance, which we shall discuss later, it turns out that the light wave is forced into a little circle, and which is a stable form of the light wave, because as it goes into the circle, its little waves, its little peaks and valleys reinforce each other, just like on a musical instrument. You can calculate the diameter, the stable diameter of a light wave forced into a circle.
Oh, a light wave going into a little circle. What is that, pray tell?
Well, you know, it just sort of glows in a little circle. Of course, it doesn't glow because it doesn't emit light because it is light, and it's not emitting light because it is light. It's a photon going around in a circle.
Like a little halo.
Yes, like a light halo.
Oh, it certainly must be a tiny angel. Sounds like my angel.
Oh, do you have an angel?
Yes, it's called my conscience, but most of the time it's fiery red.
Oh, fiery red. You mean the devil?
Yes.
How big is your devil?
Bigger than the universe.
And how big is your angel?
Smaller than a light halo.
I've got a conscience kind of like that.
You do? Oh, we're a lot alike then. Although you're still doing a disservice to science.
Well, I'm not trying to serve science at all. I'm just trying to understand the universe. And light, when it goes into a tiny little circle and is trapped in that circle, like what happened in the big beginning when a lot of these little circles were formed, that is matter.
Oh, pray tell, how could that be?
And do you know why matter makes gravity?
Oh, I haven't given it much thought, actually.
Well, I'll tell you why.
You did that. I knew you would, dear.
Light makes gravity because light sucks in space.
Oh, my dear, really? Oh, that is such a revelation. I don't believe a word of it.
Well, if you tune in next time, I'll explain why light sucks in space, and why time is quantized, and why space is quantized or distant. And, of course, we know energy is quantized.
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough. How about you? Let's go play the GameCube. I think I'd like to go play my GameCube now. Let's see. How do you turn this thing off? Let's see here.